Addiction can become a life or death situation, and the only way to get clean is to seek help. The counseling staff at Mount Regis Center is dedicated to helping everyone that comes through their doors rediscover their spirit. They treat every individual like their own person because they realize that each situation is different. Hear what the counselors at Mount Regis have to say about first recognizing that you need help and then the process of treatment.
Well, we use certain criteria. One of the first ones would be that a person develops tolerance to the drug, meaning that it takes more for them to get the high that they want. We then have loss of control, which means that they cannot consistently predict how much they will use. They can say they'll only use this amount, but then end up going over that. Negative consequences. That can be family problems, legal problems, employment problems, etc. And withdrawal. When the drug is taken away, they experience symptoms of withdrawal.
And addiction can be a scary thing, and once you know you're an addict, what does it take normally for people to decide to seek treatment?
Oftentimes people will seek treatment when their lives have gotten out of control. They're in trouble at work, or they're in legal trouble, or their family is pushing them for treatment. That's how a lot of people end up in treatment.
And how effective are things like interventions with the family to kind of help people get that treatment?
They're very, very successful.
So if a family member that you know and you see these signs that we talked about, maybe talking to them about getting treatment is the first step.
Yes. Yes.
And now, Heidi, once somebody decides that they need treatment, what's treatment like?
Oftentimes people come in and they're feeling very bad about themselves as a person, and we really work to help them understand that they have a disease that is progressive and incurable but can be arrested. And we help them learn skills of recovery that they can use on a daily basis to keep their disease in remission and learn how to live sober, clean, happy, and free.
And how do you help them kind of confront their addiction and kind of tackle that issue?
It's really a group process. So the best course of treatment for addicts and alcoholics is group psychotherapy. And so they participate in groups on a daily basis, psychoeducational groups and process groups. And we also have experiential activities that are very popular, equine therapy and martial arts and a ropes course. So and patients really like that. We also have an extensive family program where families participate over a 2-day period and learn about the disease and what they can do for themselves to get into recovery.
And I like that you mentioned groups and families being involved because it helps for the addict to know that they're not in this alone.
That's right. And one of the greatest things to see is when people come in and they begin to identify with other recovering addicts and they start to have hope again and start to have a positive outlook versus the state that they're in when they come in, which is oftentimes pretty hopeless.
And the great thing about that, too, is that when they leave here, then they have kind of a support system going out there of people who have gone through the same thing. How long does it take to overcome an addiction?
When people come into treatment, we give them they may go through a withdrawal, and we can give them medical detox, and then we start telling them how to live a life that's drug and alcohol free. And so they get the basic tools here and an understanding of what addiction is, because it is a disease and it's a lifelong disease. And they get the tools that they need, and then we do an aftercare plan, and that includes encouraging people to attend AA or NA meetings in the community, to follow up with their health care providers. We have an aftercare program here where they can attend, and it's just, we try to instill in our patients that being in treatment is the foundation, and then recovery is a lifelong process, and to not pick up that first drink or use that first drug.
Because even if you're clean, you can still struggle with your addiction.
Yes, you can.
And now, Connie, why should people choose to be here at Mount Regis?
Well, I think Heidi touched on a couple of the things that we've added in recent years, like the equine therapy and the ropes course. We also do some psychodrama here. We're well known. We get people from all over the United States. We've been doing this for a long time. And I feel like this is a good place to come and get that foundation. And we also feel like a good aftercare plan is important, so we work with you and set things up for you, and so you can just keep on growing.
And the people at Mount Regis really are invested in every individual that walks through the doors. They're located on Kimball Avenue in Salem. For more information, 1-800-477-3447 or 540-389-4761 and online at mountregis.com.